Hey, yo guys, what's up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Taki. I'm so happy to be in your faces again. Quick one here. It's Monday morning. Hope you guys are doing fine. For every one of us who actually had like an event that was not probably too okay for last week. This and that week to actually make amends. You can actually, this is the first day of the week. For some persons, they take the first day very seriously. So I'm like, my father don't disturb me, don't do that, don't do that. But let me just bust it bubbles here. Every day of the week is a new day. It's a Tuesday, it's a Wednesday, a Thursday, Friday, every day is a new day. So whatever you did do on a Monday, you can do it on a Wednesday. There are not too much emphasis on Monday. Monday is just the first day of the week. But trust me, we have other days of the week that you can actually make a new leaf and start all over again. Anyways, we're still basking in the euphoria of Timeless, and then Davido is still giving us bass on that one. Anyway, it's your boy Daki. It's spelled Darkieee. I'm making guys to go to live news where I bring you updates concerning music, trust me, and that is across the country. Straight up today, we'll begin with We Rise by Lifting Others Crooner, talking about Davido, OBO, whatever it is. We saw where, I think for Davido, it just shows how he has a very, very open heart. They talked about how he wanted to take the whole DMW thing seriously. I think people were like saying, I saw a tweet from Joy Akan saying, at the point it was more like a charitable organization, but then want to make it so seriously and want to make it like an organization, and nothing like the old Davido of the good guys almost come to an end. They're going to get a very strict Davido, and I'm like, is it possible? Can you have Davido that won't do that? So when he came out to say on the weekend, said he can't wait to get back home because he really misses Israel. It was like the alien of the year. And trust us, for everybody who know Israel and Davido, they have like this serious bromance. You can just tell that Davido really, really, really miss Israel at this point. And trust me, it's not of what he's doing at this moment. If there's anybody who needs to be in his corner at the moment, is Israel. Israel is that guy you cannot say the gold digger, but he has been with Davido right from day one, like from when Davido was still David. Like, yeah, when he was doing nothing like at like now. Israel has always been in the corner, so trust me, you can say Israel is that guy that Davido really, really miss. And then we can't wait to have both of them back together to get the Apatakpiti Jagumolu, whatever it is they call him. Amazing one. We really missed that one time. Straight up today, we saw the point where he came out, gave us the Timeless project artwork, and people really got excited about that one. We saw the track list, about 17 track. Only one song has been said before, talking about the champion sound, which had vocalistic on that one. We saw where he introduced the new artist Morave and Logo Sodori, and he spoke about how he actually reached out to Morave at the time, and how she was in Port Harcourt, and it was going. He said it was during the period where he was actually resting. He was not online and he was going through his reels. According to the said he saw almost all the series you can think of. He saw almost all the series because he was bored, and he was going through his reels one of those days, and then he saw a lady singing, and he tapped to the page. Apparently, her page was not there, and her name was and was not there, so he had to go to comment sections, and then saw her, enter DM, and then he reached out to her. And then the thing where people say it's not real, and then he was like, drop your number. The girl dropped her number, and then he called her, and he could feel the fact that the girl was more like saying, "Yes, come and see Davido." And he said after that, he flew her back down to Lagos. She didn't tell her mom, and spoke to her mom, and they closed. But long and short, she is actually the next big deal at the moment. Our first project was on the Davido's project, and that's a big deal for moving on. We saw where the Timeless album picked the number one on the Nigeria Apple Music album chart. And funny how WIZKID number two is there with More Love, Less Ego. We saw where they introduced a dance step to the more like a challenge to the unavailable talent. I don't know if you can do that thing, but I know it's sort of like um unavailable, then they see me, and they you get amazing one for them. And obviously that's why it's going viral. Almost everyone is vibing and to that one. I also where the Davido Timeless is now the highest charting album by Nigerian artists in the US Apple Music. At the time, it was number three, but before the day runs out, we squad that that actually changed, because at the time, Davido is now number two, still date actually, and leaving just one to Morgan and Wallen. So for the album, you see, for this album, you guys should just get locked on, because it's about records and records and records and records. At the point early in the year, we had Rema. Now we have Davido. We saw where Davido actually dropped project, and then in the first 10 hours on Boomplay, Davido recorded about 3 million streams on Boomplay. Still on Davido, we saw the Davido Times album is the highest peaking Afrobeat album at number one in the UK Apple album charts, historic records upon records. We saw where people came out to support the album. Rema came out to show support, saying, "Yeah, here listening to the album from beginning to the end," and then was going for a second spin again. We saw where he came out to talk about the absence of Mayoko on the project, and then he said, "Ima Mayoko had the song, But then one of the writers of the song, the head was not correct. According to he said the head was not correct. And then when the head now became correct, it was already too late. And for Davido, yeah, one thing people like about him the fact that he actually admits to the fact that he has writers. He admits to the fact that okay, this is not my writing. This person wrote the song. So he said one of the writers the head was not correct, and then when the person was now okay, it was already like gone and everything. But then that was why. But they have a song together in the first place, so it could be on either Bami or Michael's album or something. He also said for Kiss Daniel is his friend, and they have a lot of songs together. Trust me, he said there's an album, and they're just waiting to get it released when they feel they are okay with that one. Moving on, so for Davido first studio album Timeless has garnered about 30 million streams on audio mark. The album was released on the 31st day of March 2023. 30 million streams, trust me, that's no gain feed. At the time we saw where Davido was charting in 18 countries, that was the first day of release, was charting about 18 countries. But at the moment, the Davido album is now charting in about 31 countries on Apple Music, inclusive of Bahrain, Benin, Botswana, British Virgin Islands, Cameroon, Cyprus, Cote d'Ivoire, Estonia, Gambia, Ghana Islands, Kenya, Kuwait, Liberia, Malawi, Mali, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, Nigeria, Oman, Qatar, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Turkey, Uganda, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, and then lastly Zimbabwe, all on number one. Big deal, big win for Davido. That we saw where at the he had a show in the UK on the second day of April where he had a sold out show, trust me, a very big sold out show. But then saw Busta Rhymes coming out to show love and support. And then in Busta Rhymes, the fact that Busta Rhymes know that you guys have been through a lot, losing the son and everything. So he kept asking questions like, are you strong? How do you feel? You doing good? Are you feel yeah? Thinking how someone can actually make it up that fast and everything. Big one for him, big one for David on that one. And obviously, Busta is a legend in the own game, so most likely they might actually drop a song together. From them I can tell. Let's see what happens in the coming days. We saw Davido coming out to tweet over the weekend saying, "Oh yeah, everybody deliver your unit," and that's like the whole INEC thingy where I'm sure if you're familiar with Nigeria police, you know what that sentence means. But it was like saying everybody deliver your units. For some persons, they deliver their units. Moving on from that one, we saw Davido's show in the US, so where he was so happy, threw himself to the crowd held him, and so he saw that show by the way, and maybe for some persons limited numbers, but obviously whatever it is, some people don't sell out 200 shows, so for whatever it is, he sold out that one, and then you could see the whole love. A song of about 2 days of yeah 2 days old, because it was on the second day of April. So a 2 days old song, see people vibing to the song like they've known it all their life. Amazing for Davido. Moving on, we see the first day album achievement for Davido. This is a long one. We're going to see. So it peaked in number 2 on US Apple Music, iOS, and Afrobeats. Picked up 10 on US iTunes. Number 6 picked 1 on UK iTunes. All through to all 70 track occupied 170 position on both Apple Music and Spotify. Picked at number 1 in 31 countries on Apple Music. Picked at number 1 in 7 countries on iTunes. Over them broke the all-time record for most single day streams for any song Spotify in Nigeria history with 460,001 streams. Timeless breaks the record for the all-time biggest first day streams for any album on Spotify with about 4.9 million streams. Timeless holds the top 16 all-time streaming peaks in Spotify Nigeria history. Timeless breaks the all-time record for the debut week by any album on Spotify Nigeria. It is the first day of release. Timeless breaks the record for the all-time biggest first-day streams for any album on Boomplay in Nigeria with 7.25 streams. Biggest opening day for any African album on Spotify with 8.4 million streams. Whew, what else can be again? But then the big one for him, for the first day, all this and many more was what Davido broke on that one. I would say big one to him. And Davido occupies the entire top 17 of Nigeria Spotify chart with song from Timeless number 1 to 17. Over them, no competition. Phil Kante unavailable in the Garden Away. Number 8. Number 9, Godfather, He Paid Me for the Road. Number 12, Picasso, Bob, You Juju, Precision, LCND, and then 17, Champion Sound for that one. Moving on, so biggest day. See, I think for Davido, yeah, my mouth is spinning. But I think he has achieved like a lot. We saw Davido biggest day streams by an album for the Nigeria. Timeless 2.1 million streams. For the second biggest, so that's like we've done the first day, but for the second day, he had like the biggest one. Timeless still top down with 2.1 million streams. Love That Mini was 794. Mr. Money with the Vibe is 734. More Love Let's Go with 566. Playboy with 271. Rev and Russell with 219. Boy Alone with 200, and then our loss with 199,000. Timeless gap with a man, with a mile on that one. Moving on, after 48 hours, no song from Timeless has less than 500 streams on Spotify, and three songs have surpassed 1 million streams on Spotify. This has never been done by an African album ever, ever, ever. Davido is the only guy that can do this for himself, and then for him, I think it's just safe to say the absence he had that be worth why it has been worth the wait because he has done what a lot of people thought was not possible, and it just shows that while we are waiting for this one, he was cooking the best album for his fans so that they can digest that one. Moving on, we have WizKid on the new. WizKid was heavily dragged on the weekend, and then what did WizKid do? We'll see that in no time. Moving on, we saw where he shot the Money and Love video actually out, and people have been vibing to that one ever since. So when rent where he rented vintage vehicles, and people ask questions saying for you to get these vintage vehicles, it must have spent a lot on that. We saw where he actually passed a message to Nigerians in one of the videos, talking about Money and Love video, and passed the whole election thingy video. And then you recall that the point was being dragged heavily for the election, saying he didn't say a word and stuff, this, that. But then he said a very big statement in the music video. We saw where he got in one of his associates came out to say, that video you saw with the old vintage vehicles and it was shot with $1 million, said Baba the Verse. So I think that explains to you how he was able to get those vehicles because $1 million is not small money to shoot. A video we saw WIZKID actually coming out to show support for Davido, saying, "You all go stream to Timeless with my brother at Davido. Fire, 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 love and favorite emoji, the eagle." Big win for him. That was on his Twitter page, and they actually went further to post on his Instagram saying, "Inside, you all go listen to Timeless with my brother Davido, love, 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 fire, fire, fire." And then it shows that at the time he was vibing to Feel from the old album. Amazing one for WizKid showing the old bromance thingy. But then good one for WizKid because at this point, WizKid made the Lagos album has now spent 98 weeks on the Nigeria Apple Top 10, the longest charting album of all time in Nigeria Apple Top 10. So big one for him. Made in Lagos actually is an album that was dropped like years ago, and then spending this long on the project on the chart is a big win for WizKid and the whole entire team. And trust me, and for the fan base itself. Moving on to so where More Love Less Ego is charting number 2 on US Apple Music Worldwide chart. Deep Sleep Rain is number 1, then More Love Less Ego is number 2. Love That Middle is number 4. So it shows WizKid is still in the conversation for this for charts and numbers. But then I was always keep driving to a song over the weekend, and then funny how fans were able to see his phone. You saw where he was vibing, and then his phone came out, and people could see that the back of his phone, like the back glass were broken and everything. And people were like, WizKid, you have money. Like we've seen WizKid getting vehicles for millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars and everything, and hundreds of millions of naira a year basically, and for getting chains and getting wares, getting stuff that could actually replace this thing like this. So why have you not changed down and everything? People actually came up calling him and dragging him, saying, "For WizKid, you are bigger than this. You should change your screen of your phone." But the question is, should you change your screen to show you're a big person or something? Like if your phone still cool, it still makes quality receive calls, so must you actually do all of that? But then it's WizKid, they are saying he should actually change that one. We have Joeboy as the last guy on the news. So at the point where Joeboy came out to say him and his team, or according to he said him, he have spent about 50 million naira on his girlfriend in space of 2 years. And people came out to say no, that's not true, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's not true, that's a lie, that's a lie. But then I think when you probably see what he has done recently, you know that this can actually be true. I saw where he came out to say, "Cap all you want, I won't acknowledge you." He said, "You yourself, you know, rich." Talking about people that actually came out to say he was lying on that one. Moving on, we saw where he came out to say, "Spoil your babe before they spoil her for you." So I think this is your boy saying, I spent 50M on my girlfriend for 2 years, and then you don't spend money. Spend it, because if you don't spend it, somebody else will spend it on your girlfriend. And then I keep asking the question, must you spoil your girlfriend? Like, can't she spoil you? Just thinking out loud, basically. I saw where Joe actually announced there's going to be live in the UK, and then obviously we'll have a date or a venue yet. So fingers crossed to see where he's going to be visiting when he gets to the UK. We saw where Joe come out to say the album is coming, and you saw him walking in the studio, making all ends show that the album is actually prepared and people are waiting earnestly for Joeboy's album. Still on Joeboy, also where he came out to say, if you know the kind of effort artists put into popping off, you know, go wish them bad. And trust me, this is actually talking to fan base and the fan basically. You know, artists put in effort, they put in energy, they put in money, they put in a whole lot to make sure that their work go viral. So the least you can just do is just support them. wishing them bad or because you're supporting one person and making the other person feel bad really is not necessary. I saw where Joe Boy actually acquired, and for him, the news about this is the fact that he got himself a new house and then two new vehicles. But then we saw Mr. Isaac coming out to say that is Joe Boy crib number 4. Young boy like that having 4 apartments himself, it's really, he's really not getting fit. Young boy just come out to say, La Vida boy gets a new apartment, and then you can see two new vehicles, two white Benz, chilling and just sitting beautifully in the compound. And then Mr. Isaac came out to say, crib number 4, it's plenty. Big one for Joe Boy. Congratulations to him on your new apartment and your new toys. We can't wait to catch you guys on the very, very next one. Guys, we come to the end of this one of Ghost News. We can't wait to catch you guys on the very next one. The news is very long, but then Davido is the reason why we are doing all of this. We love you, Davido, and they will come to see more of you.